Hey, Neil Parfit here. Welcome to video number 24 of getting started with the ER-301 sound computer. This one shouldn't take too long. I basically just want to go over a quick little thing within the grains unit. So let's get going. First thing I want to do is record in my voice. And I have my microphone going into input 1. So let's just assign that. So we can see it on my scope. Check, check, check. There I am. And let's record that signal into a looper so we have something. Looper, we have to assign the looper a buffer. So we'll create a buffer because we don't have anything here. Let's set it to 5 seconds, just for the sake of 5 seconds. Enter. There's the file created. Enter again to assign it. And let's set our dub to 1, so we're only recording 100% wet signal versus 50% would keep any existing looper material and then overdub the live source into it. But in this case, I just wanted 100%. I'm going to set my fade time to 0.250 milliseconds, just so there isn't a click when it loops around. And this should be good to go. So we'll engage the looper. We'll punch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. So here's our looper. And now I'll turn up my volume because I just didn't want to feedback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, okay. 2, so 3, after 4, this, 5. I'm going to insert a manual grains. 3. And it doesn't have to be right after that. This could technically be anywhere in the system because what we're going to do is assign this grains that same sample buffer. So there's that buffer. It's the only thing in the sample pool, so I'll just hit enter. And now we have it committed. So if I trigger this, we'll hear a grain for 100 milliseconds at the start of the file. If I pick somewhere else in here and I trigger it again, it's somewhere else going for 100 milliseconds. Or it could be something longer, such as this. 2, 2, 2. Oh, that was good luck, actually. 2, 2. But what I'm going to do, just so I don't have to press this a million times, is I'm going to assign that trigger an oscillator, and that way it will just constantly ping that trigger. So we'll choose a, where is it? Assign oscillator. So that means it's pinging that trigger 75 times a second at 75.5 hertz. Or it could be 40. It doesn't really matter. We just need something quick. So I'm going to back out of that by hitting up. So you can see it. It's just being pinged constantly. And if we adjust this start position now with the encoder. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can sort of arbitrarily pick a start position. Let's lower the duration a little bit so it's 1, 2. So what I want to be able to do, I'm just going to turn the volume down for a second. I want to be able to perfectly sweep this from the start, which is 0, to the end, which is 1. And the best way to accomplish this is an internal source of a saw wave. So let's go into the list, and there's one here called aliasing saw. And let's slow this down. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. I just want to be able to see the movement, so I'm just going to press up. And I'll set our gain. But you notice we're only getting just one chunk of it, because if you look on this, half the saw wave is actually below the 0 point, which is technically sort of out of bounds with the start. Like we want it to be a perfect sweep. So all we have to do is just go back in here and let's insert an offset unit. So let me find that. And there it is. So if I offset, oops, what did I just press? It's weird. I'm looking at this through the phone, so it's kind of slightly delayed. But let's look what happens if I shift this by 0.5. Notice that the saw is now starting from the middle line and working its way up. So if we back out of this now we have a perfect start to finish sweep of that parameter. So let's hear what that sounds like. So let's slow that down. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So if you set this slow enough, you sort of get like crazy sort of time expansion. 1. And as Brian noted in the forum today, if you adjust the per octave lower, it will stretch that envelope even slower than 0.0, or in this case 0.01 hertz. Apparently, if I have this set all the way, it's going to take, I think it was something like 8 minutes or something to finish that cycle. So that sound I just recorded, if I left it on this setting now, would take 8 minutes to sort of time stretch. What's this? 3. There we go. And if we go back out to the grains, we can sort of smooth this out with the duration setting. We can adjust the trigger frequency to make it sound a little bit smoother or more choppy. But just so you can hear it, it's interesting because you have this audio that's been turned into this really stretched elastic. So this will actually take a long time. This will speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So obviously, I mean, if our audio source was a complex sounding source, this will sound pretty wild, slowed, like stretched out this wide. But the interesting thing is, these don't have to be static settings. Like you could assign an oscillator or a sample and hold noise source to this duration, so it's constantly fluctuating. So the options are tremendous here. But really, this video was more about just sharing how to get a perfect start to end sweep. So you have this sort of, time expansion type control. Let's go back in there. 2. You'll notice if we look at the parameter, it's slowly climbing. 1, 2. So there you have it. Just 4, 1. What did I just do there? 2. Oh, I accidentally changed the gain. So this has to be set to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. For it to make it all the way to the top. 1. If I set it to 0.5, 2. It's only going to make it halfway. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. And just to show you what happens, 2, 3. Here's what happens. 4. What happens if I use a sine wave here instead? Let's try that. It'll just have a different behavior with that slider. Because it's not dropping back down to 0, 3, you get a backwards effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 4, Anyway, just a little thing just to give you some more ideas using the grains. All right, take it easy. Bye.